Kind of talk about what you've seen improvement wise out of the defensive line through 2 weeks.
Guys are just getting better every day. I mean, that's our main focus is just going out there and whether it be a film session with Coach Pelton or being on the field, just going out there and getting better at something. Getting better at your craft. And guys are just getting better. I mean, as far as from the first game to the second game, guys are getting penetration, guys were getting off of blocks, guys are making plays, and in this league, that's what you got to do to win games.
When you look at tape of what Clemson does it look really familiar to what you guys do?
Oh yeah, I mean it's very familiar. I mean I don't know about the terminology, but I mean it's very familiar, and we're just trying to go out there and read our keys and make plays and do what our coaches are asking us to do.
When you think back to the Clemson game last year and how close it was and how it came down to that field goal and all, I mean, what do you think that did for you guys for the rest of that season, winning that game like that?
Just finishing. I mean, it was big. I mean, our coaches, they preached it to us, but going out there and being down and coming back and finishing the game where, they played a great game. They played a great game against us, but we wanted more, and we went out there and we finished that game, and it was definitely a leap forward from that point on, and after that game we knew that we can go out there and even if we do get down, we can come back and win games, and we did.
Let's talk about the young guys up front on defense. How much progression have you seen out of them?
Quite a bit. Guys are just eager to learn, eager to correct their mistakes. At first, you see during 2 days, guys are making mistakes repeatedly, and now they're making mistakes, but they're learning from it, and they're learning from it, and they're not making those same mistakes again. And when you see that from young guys, you just gotta, you definitely just gotta, hold your up and say, good job, and they're asking questions to some of us guys that's played more snaps than them, and when they get in there, the eyes aren't really wide no more. They're going out there and just doing their job, and they're getting vertical, they're making plays.
So you last year played in the same kind of situation they're in, but you had all those veteran guys out there with you. How hard would it have been for you think at that point to play with as many young guys, surrounded by as many young guys as these guys are?
As far as last year?
Yeah.
I mean that would have been a different situation, but as far as this year going, guys are just feeding off each other. Guys are just going out there and the fall off isn't there. I mean we're rolling 12 guys deep on the D line, and Coach Pelton has a great rotation set up for us, and guys are just feeding off each other. And when I see Craig go out there and make a play, first thing I do when I go back in the I'm trying to make a play. And everybody's feeding off each other, and we're just making plays together as a unit, and we're definitely getting better each week.
You've been around D for a while now. What have you really seen take off in his game this last year?
He's always been a great player. I mean, as far as his quickness, the way he gets off the rock and he makes offensive linemen just chase him, and he's definitely a guy that's continuing to get better every single day, and I see it out of him, and you can tell when he's like, no, so when we'll get in the film room, he's eager just to go out there and get better and better, and I love it out of this defensive line. We just got a bunch of guys that are pressing forward and getting better every single day.
When he came in, he was about 200, 205 pounds. I mean, did you ever wonder if he could make it as a defensive end in this league?
Oh yeah, I knew he was going to be fine. They tried him at linebacker. I knew he was going to play that. But I mean, he's definitely a great player. As far as the defensive end, he worked so hard, and I knew he was going to put on the weight. And now he's up to about 245, 250, and I mean he's still moving just as fast as he did when he was 205. But that's a credit to his work ethic, and he's definitely a great football player.
A lot of people are saying they kind of rag on him for his nutritional, how he's always carrying fruit around and water and all that stuff. Is that a topic in the locker room?
Oh, definitely, man. I mean, we always make fun of each other, but I mean, he's a guy that he keeps his body well toned. I mean, everything is definitely nutrition first with him, and whether it be a protein shake or a water bottle or some fruit, he got something he's eating on the dream.